Mongolia, where endless steppes stretch toward infinity, preserving the last great nomadic culture on Earth. When nomadic peoples first thundered across these steppes 5,000 years ago, they didn't just adapt to this harsh environment, they mastered it. Creating the world's first mobile civilization and forever changing human movement across continents. Welcome to another Cultureverse exclusive, another journey into our extraordinary world. Morning light catches the glass facades of modern skyscrapers. Rising above Soviet-era apartments and traditional Jia districts. Mongolia's capital stretches across a wide valley where the Tool River curves through the city like a blue ribbon, dividing past and present. Below us, a rush hour unfolds. Luxury SUVs navigating streets once travelled by horse and cart. While in the distance, the massive Zaisan Memorial surveys the evolving cityscape from its hilltop perch, where beyond the capital, population density drops to just 2 people per square kilometre. Winter temperatures can plunge to minus 40 degrees Celsius, making it the world's coldest capital, while summer brings pleasant 25 degrees Celsius days, perfect for exploring the city's cultural treasures. Visit between June and August to experience the city at its most vibrant. When residents celebrate their brief summer with festivals and outdoor concerts. As sunset bathes Ulaanbaatar's Soviet-era apartments in golden light, the call to evening prayer echoes from Ongi Monastery. Founded as a nomadic Buddhist centre in 1639, Ulaanbaatar settled permanently. We journey east from Ulaanbaatar, following the gentle curves of the Tool River Valley. The cityscape gradually gives way to open steppe, where horses graze freely beside the modern highway. Rising from the horizon, a glint of silver catches the morning sun, growing larger as we approach. The world's largest equestrian statue emerges, a colossal monument of stainless steel, standing 40 metres tall against the endless sky. Genghis Khan, born Temujin, who united warring tribes in 1206 to create the largest contiguous land empire in history. The location itself carries symbolic weight. Built where legend claims the young Temujin found a golden whip that foretold his destiny. What few visitors realise, the statue faces east toward his birthplace, his gaze fixed eternally toward the sunrise. The great Khan's empire connected east and west, creating the first true globalisation and establishing a communication network known as the Yam system that would later inspire the Pony Express and modern postal services. In the grasses surrounding the monument, Mongolian ground jays hop between sparse vegetation. These clever birds, related to crows and ravens. Caches seeds and insects for harsher times, a survival strategy that mirrors the nomadic practice, preserving summer abundance for winter scarcity. Visitors climb inside the statue and up to the viewing platform atop the horse's head, where panoramic views reveal the vastness of the steppe stretching in all directions. Eurasian dippers plunge beneath crystal stream surfaces, walking upstream against strong currents to catch aquatic insects. These small birds possess higher hemoglobin levels than other songbirds, allowing them to stay submerged longer while hunting. Local herders consider sighting these birds a sign of exceptionally clean water. We move northeast. Alpine meadows appear, dotted with wildflower and granite formations, where wilderness begins just 37 kilometres from Ulaanbaatar's city limits. A massive formation looms ahead, Turtle Rock, or Melky Card, its weathered granite surfaces indeed resembling a giant tortoise frozen in stone. The park contains over 250 species of plants used in traditional Mongolian medicine. Local guides can identify these healing herbs that nomads have used for centuries. Humans assign significance to rock formations resembling animals or human faces, a phenomenon called pareidolia. This cognitive pattern helped our ancestors navigate landscapes. As evening approaches, travellers often join local families. While listening to traditional horsehead fiddle music. These momentary connections bridge cultural divides, offering insights into a way of life. Subscribe to receive our detailed travel guides with seasonal recommendations and photography tips. Golden eagles soar high above Mongolia's western mountains. Their extraordinary vision, capable of spotting a rabbit from 4 kilometers away, possess the sharpest eyesight in the animal kingdom, 8 times more powerful than human vision. We journey west across the country, where the landscape gradually transforms into the rugged Altai mountains. A dramatic backdrop for one of the world's most extraordinary hunting partnerships. A Kazakh hunter stands silhouetted against the morning sky, his arm extended to support a magnificent golden eagle. In the remote Altai region, young eagles are taken from nests and trained for approximately 5 years, creating an inseparable bond between hunter and bird, before being released back to the wild to breed, a practice that balances human needs with wildlife conservation. Only female eagles are trained for hunting, as they grow nearly 1/3 larger than males. Though visiting in winter, January-February, provides opportunities to witness actual hunts for fox and rabbit. The golden eagles themselves represent nature's perfect aerial predator, with specialised adaptations for hunting in mountainous terrain. Their wings have evolved fingers at the tips that reduce turbulence, allowing precise control during steep dives. As dusk settles over the mountains, hunters return to traditional ger homes, where eagles perch inside on special stands. Travellers invited into these homes often witness intimate moments between hunter and bird, feeding rituals and quiet conversations in Kazakh that maintain their working bond. Subscribe now for early access to all upcoming episodes. The massive Siberian taimen circles beneath the surface of Lake Khövsgöl, its torpedo-shaped body nearly 2 meters long, embodying living prehistory. Known locally as the river wolf, this ancient fish species has remained virtually unchanged for millions of years, thriving in water so pure they require no filtration for drinking. We travel northeast, where Mongolia's landscape transforms once again. Morning mist rises from the crystal clear waters, revealing the lake's extraordinary transparency. Stones are visible 20 metres below the surface. Often called younger sister of Lake Baikal, Khövsgöl holds approximately 70% of Mongolia's freshwater and 1% of Earth's total surface freshwater. This ancient lake formed over 2 million years ago through tectonic activity. Throughout history, human settlements near pristine lakes enjoyed better health, developed more complex social structures, and produced cultural advances more rapidly than their counterparts. That locals establish ice roads for transporting goods between settlements. In February, an ice festival celebrates this phenomenon with horse sledding and ice skating. As evening approaches, travellers often witness shamanic ceremonies performed by the Sartan reindeer herders who inhabit the forests surrounding the lake. These rituals connecting human communities to water spirits. Overhead, demoiselle cranes perform elaborate courtship dances, leaping and bowing in synchronised patterns. Their elegant movements, refined over millions of years of evolution, create living calligraphy against the sky. For the nomadic families of the Orkhon Valley, these annual displays mark seasonal transitions as reliably as any calendar. The cranes return within 3 days of the same date each year. Now, with changing climate, they arrive earlier, and herders must adjust their traditions. We journey south into the heart of Mongolia, where the Orkhon River carves a green valley through the central steppe. The river winds through vast pastures, where herds of horses gallop freely, alongside scattered deer camps. In the distance, ancient stone monuments rise from windswept plains, marking the boundaries of empires long vanished. For over 2,000 years, the Orkhon Valley has served as Mongolia's cultural and political centre. It housed the capital of Genghis Khan's empire and earlier Turkic kingdoms. What many travellers overlook, beneath the valley's surface lies a vast network of archaeological sites spanning multiple civilizations. Stone monuments from the 8th century display early Turkic runic inscriptions, some of the oldest written records in Central Asia. Visit during the Naadam festival in July. to witness horse races that have occurred here continuously since the 13th century. As sunset paints the valley with golden light, travellers join nomadic families, bringing their animals home. Children, as young as 3, guide horses with natural confidence, born from generations of horsemanship. This is not just history, it is resilience, explains Lama Gantulga, holding a fragment of a 16th century Buddhist text that survived decades hidden in a cave. During the purges, when soldiers came to destroy our temples, village elders memorised thousands of mantras, sutras and rituals. Still within the Orkhon Valley, we approach walls of weathered white stone enclosing an ancient sanctuary. 108 stupas line the massive outer wall, each representing a bead. Before us stands Erdene, Mongolia's oldest Buddhist monastery. Established in 1586 by Abtai Khan, Erdene was built using stones from the ruins of Kharkhorin, Genghis Khan's ancient capital city that once stood nearby. At its height, the monastery contained 62 temples and housed over 1. Inside the walls, red-robed monks move between ancient temples where butter lamps have burned continuously for centuries. The monastery has been continuously rebuilt, following cycles. Inside the Dalai Lama temple lies Mongolia's most sacred object, a sandalwood Buddha statue said to have spoken during the 17th century. In the juniper trees surrounding the monastery walls, red-billed choughs nest in colonies. These intelligent relatives of ravens have developed a mutualistic relationship with the monastery, controlling insect populations that would otherwise damage ancient wooden structures. As evening prayer begins, the sound of massive drums and long horns fills the valley. For viewers captivated by sacred architecture and spiritual traditions, a companion documentary on Tibet's hidden temples is now available for subscribers through our exclusive streaming platform. The delicate fossilised egg, perfectly preserved for 80 million years. Grassy steppes give way to sparse vegetation and to bare earth, painted in extraordinary hues of red, orange and gold. We've entered the Gobi, the world's northernmost desert, where temperatures swing from scorching heat to bitter cold. Before us rise the flaming cliffs of Bayan-Ölgii, their vibrant sandstone formations blazing with colour in the late afternoon sun. Bayan-Ölgii earned worldwide fame as the site where the first dinosaur eggs were discovered. These red sandstone cliffs continue to yield remarkable fossils, including perfectly preserved Velociraptor and Protoceratops specimens. The name Bayan-Ölgii means rich in Saxel, referring to the rare Saxel trees that survive in this harsh environment. Their deep root systems can access groundwater 10 metres below the surface. Sunset transforms these cliffs, intensifying their fiery appearance to almost supernatural brilliance. Visit between May and September, avoiding the extreme winter temperatures that can drop below minus 40 degrees Celsius. Flaming cliffs illustrate a fascinating aspect of human perception. Local mythology describes them as battlegrounds, where dragons fought with fiery breath. Both perspectives reveal how humans find meaning in natural phenomena. Despite the apparent barrenness, the Gobi Desert teems with adapted life. The long-eared jerboa emerges at night, its enormous ears serving dual purposes, detecting predators and radiating excess body heat. As night falls, travellers gather at desert camps to witness one of Earth's most spectacular celestial displays. Without light pollution, the Milky Way appears as a brilliant river across the sky. A deep, resonant hum rises from the dunes, an otherworldly sound that vibrates through the air around us. This remarkable acoustic phenomenon, known as singing sands, occurs when perfectly shaped, dry sand grains slide against each other during avalanches, or when strong winds pass over dune crests. These are the singing sands, Khongrin Els, rising over 300 metres tall and extending 180 kilometres in length. A lone camel caravan traverses the dune field, following ancient paths. What surprises many visitors, despite the desert's aridity, a small river flows along the northern edge of the dunes, creating a narrow oasis where nomadic families camp with their animals. During summer months, are simultaneously ancient. Some sand grains have been here for millions of years and entirely new, as their shapes transform completely with strong seasonal winds. As travellers climb the steep dune faces, each step sinking into soft sand. The physical challenge connects them to the daily reality of desert dwellers. Reaching the crest rewards climbers with panoramic views where the golden dunes meet azure sky. Without interruption, a natural infinity pool for the eyes. Our photography guide to capturing Mongolia's most stunning landscapes is available exclusively to subscribers. Join today for insider techniques and precise location information for capturing the perfect desert sunrise. Each coloured band in the towering limestone formations tells a climate story, layers of Earth's autobiography written in mineral colours. This represents a period of warming similar to what we're experiencing now. We journey northeast through the Gobi, where a massive limestone formation appears like an ancient ruined city. Pillars, archways and towers of white stone emerging from the desert floor, painted with streaks of orange, red and pink minerals. Taiga, the white stupa, stretches for nearly a kilometre. Its 30-metre cliffs revealing millions of years of geological history in distinct colour bands. These formations represent an ancient seabed lifted by tectonic forces and sculpted by wind and water into natural architecture. Each coloured layer documents Earth's changing climate, red indicating warmer periods. Whites and yellows marking cooler eras, a natural calendar of environmental shifts. Sarka falcons nest in natural cavities, high above the desert floor. Their presence indicating ecological health, despite the harsh environment. These birds embody Mongolia's spirit, fierce, adaptable, perfectly matched to their environment. Travellers exploring the base often discover small fossils eroding from the limestone. Collapsing millions of years into a tangible moment. We return to central Mongolia in July, when summer brings the nation's most spectacular celebration, A festival ground alive with colour and competitive energy spreads before us. Crowds gather around 3 central arenas where Mongolia's strongest, quickest and most skilled compete in the 3 manly games dating back to the 13th century. Naadam preserves Mongolia's warrior traditions while evolving to reflect contemporary values and safety standards. Wrestlers in traditional Zodog and Shudag garments perform the ceremonial eagle dance before grappling. Archers draw bamboo bows with practiced precision. During the celebrations, golden eagles perform demonstrations with their hunters, showcasing ancient partnerships between humans and wildlife. Naadam reveals a universal human pattern, competitive displays that simultaneously build community cohesion and identify exceptional individuals. The 3 competitions, wrestling, archery, and horse racing, showcase skills that once built the world's largest contiguous empire, predate written history. As day transitions to evening, travellers join the celebration at Airag tents, where fermented mare's milk flows freely and champions receive their honours. Competitors and spectators share traditional meals, creating connections that transcend language barriers. Our subscribers receive exclusive invitations to join local festival celebrations worldwide, with special access to cultural events not available to regular tourists. Join today to enhance your next journey with authentic experiences beyond typical travel offerings. During the summer months, Mongolia experiences the midnight sun phenomenon, where twilight extends nearly until dawn in a celestial display that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. What appears as simple grassland by day becomes a dreamscape under this ethereal light, where time itself seems suspended. What many travellers never experience, this magical period between midnight and 3 a.m, when the steppe transforms into another world entirely. The absence of light pollution reveals stars so numerous they appear as luminous clouds. For all nomadic societies worldwide, the predictable movement of stars provided not just navigation, but cosmic grounding. Modern travellers who witness this phenomenon often report profound shifts in their perception of time. And this twilight realm, northern hawk owls emerge to hunt across the open grasslands. Unlike most owls, these remarkable birds are adapted for hunting in partial light, with exceptional vision that allows them to spot small mammals over 800 metres away. Their silent flight, made possible by specialised feather structures, lets them approach prey undetected. We journey to Mongolia's far western frontier, where 5 sacred peaks pierce the sky along the borders, with Russia and China Altai Tavan Bogged National Park unfolds beneath us. A pristine wilderness of glaciers, alpine lakes, and snow-capped mountains, reaching above 4,000 metres. Established in 1996, this national park protects over 630,000 hectares of pristine mountain ecosystem. The name Tavan Bogged means 5 saints, referring to the 5 highest peaks in the Mongolian Altai range. Mount Khuyten, reaching 4,374 metres, stands as Mongolia's highest point, a pilgrimage destination for both climbers and spiritual seekers. The Altai Mountains reveal how landscape shapes spiritual belief, from ancient shamanic traditions to Buddhist influence. Humans consistently recognise certain landscapes as naturally sacred. Along crystalline streams, the rare snow leopard occasionally leaves evidence of its passing, tracks in mud or scratches on trees. With fewer than 1,000 individuals remaining in Mongolia, these elusive cats represent both the fragility and resilience of mountain ecosystems. Their continued presence here depends on traditional herding practices that have maintained sustainable grazing for centuries. A distinctive silhouette moves across the golden grassland, dun-coloured with zebra-striped legs and an upright mane, unlike any domestic horse. Through binoculars, we observe behaviours unseen in domesticated equines, complex social interactions that developed over millions of years of wild evolution. Just 2 hours from Ulaanbaatar, Khövsgöl National Park hosts one of conservation's greatest success stories. The return of Przewalski's horses, Taki and Mongolian, from extinction in the wild. Established in 1993, specifically for this reintroduction, Khövsgöl transformed from hunting ground to protected sanctuary. Unlike endangered species declining through indirect human impacts, the Taki's extinction resulted from direct human action, making their recovery an act of ecological atonement. Their return demonstrates our capacity to repair damaged relationships with the natural world. Red deer move gracefully through hidden valleys, their presence in shamanic tradition serving as messengers between human and natural realms. As sunset bathes the steppe in golden light, the horses gather in family groups, their silhouettes merging with the landscape from which they were absent for decades. This reunion of species and habitat offers conservation's most hopeful lesson. 87-year-old Erdene was just a child when soldiers arrived to destroy Ongi Monastery in 1937. They forced monks to dismantle their own temples, he recalls, seated among weathered ruins. My grandfather buried sacred texts in the riverbank at night. For 50 years, he performed rituals in secret, waiting for freedom's return. His grandson now serves as one of the monastery's newly trained monks in a small temple reconstructed from memory and oral histories, preserved through generations of suppression. Along its banks stand weathered stone ruins, crumbling walls scattered across a hillside. These are the remains of Ongi Monastery, once one of Mongolia's largest Buddhist complexes. Established in 1760, Ongi once comprised 2 separate temple complexes, housing over 1,000 monks. Its destruction during the Stalinist religious purges of 1937 represents one of many cultural tragedies of the 20th century. Despite its remote location, Ongi has experienced remarkable revival since Mongolia's democratic transition. As evening prayer sounds from the reconstructed temple, travellers and locals gather to light butter lamps among the ruins, each flame representing resilience and renewal. Among the ruins, Eurasian tree sparrows have established colonies in remaining walls. Nature reclaiming human structures in cycles that parallel Buddhist teachings on impermanence. Subscribers gain access to our series on religious revival across Central Asia, exploring how sacred traditions survive political suppression. Join our community to receive advanced screenings of this important documentary collection. The white-naped cranes perform their synchronised courtship dance, bowing, leaping and calling in perfect unison across the wetland. These endangered birds, standing nearly 1.5 metres tall, have returned to this same breeding ground for millennia. Their migration patterns passed genetically through countless generations. For local conservation ranger Gun-Galuut, the birds represent something more profound. Just 2 hours east of Ulaanbaatar, we discover a pristine wetland sanctuary nestled among rolling hills, a mosaic of rivers, lakes, marshlands and steppe, where mountains meet wetlands in perfect harmony. Gun-Galuut demonstrates the evolving relationship between conservation science and indigenous knowledge. Established in 2003 through cooperation between local herders as sunset approaches, travellers join conservation rangers to monitor wildlife from hillside. These community guardians share knowledge passed through generations, reading landscapes and understanding ecological relationships with depth no textbook could capture. We journey to Mongolia's northernmost region. A taiga forest creates an ecosystem more similar to Siberia than the Mongolian steppe. Here, in remote mountains near the Russian border, we encounter Mongolia's smallest ethnic minority, the Duka reindeer herders, known locally as Tsatan, those who have reindeer. A small settlement of conical tepes appears in a forest clearing. Unlike the round jers of the steppe nomads, these dwellings reflect adaptation to dense forests. Numbering fewer than 300 individuals, the Duka maintain one of the world's oldest reindeer herding cultures. The Duka relationship with reindeer demonstrates co-evolution. Between humans and animals. Over thousands of years, both species have adapted to accommodate each other. Reindeer becoming more docile, while humans adjusted their entire lifestyle around reindeer needs. In the surrounding taiga, Siberian flying squirrels glide between pine trees on furred membranes that stretch between their limbs. Duka consider them spiritual messengers and interpret their movements as omens about weather and hunting prospects. As evening settles over the camp, travellers join Duka families around central fires, where shamanic ceremonies occasionally take place. Climate patterns are changing across Mongolia's vast landscapes at twice the global average rate, with traditional herders witnessing disappearing water sources and unpredictable seasonal shifts. Our journey across Mongolia culminates beneath the eternal blue sky that dominates this land. We find ourselves on an open steppe as sunrise breaks across an infinite horizon. A lone, nomadic herder moves silently across the grassland, his silhouette merging with his horse and the rising sun, a living embodiment of Mongolia's enduring relationship with movement, freedom, and wide open spaces. Mongolia remains Earth's emptiest country, with just 2 people per square kilometre, spread across a landmass larger than Western Europe. Throughout our journey, we've witnessed Mongolia's extraordinary wildlife, from desert-adapted jerboas to alpine-dwelling snow leopards, from birds of prey that partner with humans to reintroduced wild horses reclaiming ancestral territories. As global urbanisation accelerates, Mongolia reminds us of our species' origins, how we lived for 99% of human history. Mongolia shows us that some questions are best answered, not by looking forward, but by remembering what we've always known, that freedom comes from simplicity, wealth from sufficiency, and wisdom from direct connection with the natural world that sustains us all.